Superboy Legacy podcast. I'm your host, Sam Rizzo, and as always, Team Superboy joins me, David Arroyo, Tom Gallagher, and Chris Jacobsen. Welcome back, guys. How's it going?
Same old.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
How's the storm there, Chris? Pretty bad, huh?
Well, it's downgraded to a tropical storm right now, but we're getting a lot of flooding, flash flooding here on Long Island. So,
gotcha.
We're fine in Brooklyn over here.
And you're fine in Brooklyn? Good, Dave. That's good. Everybody's good. As long as everybody's good, thank God. But today we are looking at a commentary track, and we have a very special guest, Mr. Michael Manno, Leo, Lex Luthor's right-hand man, joins us for this commentary. Michael, how you doing?
What's up, guys? How are you?
So,
thank you for having me on the show again.
Well, thanks, Michael, for coming back. This is awesome. This is so cool. Now we're actually going to look at The Fixer today, which is episode 8 in season 1. And if you look at the DVD cover art, it's episode 8, The Fixer. All bets are off. Lex Luthor plans to rig a basketball game. What is it? Sorry. We got to edit this part. All bets are off. Luthor plans to rig a basketball game. Goes awry when Superboy officiates the game. So we're going to take a look at The Fixer. Michael's going to join us. And if you're watching this on DVD or digital media, any way you're watching it, we're going to count down 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to start the episode. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Is it going?
I'll edit it so it goes when you
there
say
we go.
it.
Okay, here we go.
There we go. We're up, guys. I'm flying.
I have this theme music on my cell phone. Whenever you call me, Michael, it rings like this.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
That's the secret.
Uh-huh.
At least you know not to answer. Oh, it said dumb guy Leo again.
I'm going to have to do that.
So, getting the role of Leo, Michael, what was it like when you first got the role?
What do you mean from what? From what perspective?
Just just in general, just getting.
Well, I'll give you. Well, in general, I remember that when we first started. Okay, Ellen Jacoby was the casting director, and she's based out of Miami Beach. Well, I had a manager at the time, and she tells me, "Oh, she goes, Michael, she goes, because Miami is like 15 miles." So I'm watching the episode as I'm talking here because here I come. Well, I'm the one with the hat. It looks like I should be growing coffee in Colombia, but or coca plants, either one of the two. Anyway, so Ellen Jacoby told my manager, well, this is a perfect part for Michael, blah, blah, blah. So I go to my manager and go, she comes up and says, there's a part for you on this new TV series called Superboy for Leo. I said, okay, well, where's the address of Miami? I'll look forward to going. She goes, no, it's in Orlando. I'm like, what are you kidding me? It's 3.5 hours away for a 5-minute audition. I'm not going. Well, basically, she told me she's not going. Hey, nice wardrobe, like that. So anyway, so she said to me, she said, well, if you don't go, I'm not going to handle you anymore. Well, long story short, drove up there. The audition was like 4 minutes. And that's how, and I got the part. And they Ilya just booked me. He said, that's Leo. So, and I was glad because usually in showbiz, you have callbacks when they decide who's going to play the part. So.
Looks like good weather at this shoot here.
Yeah, well, it's all Orlando. That's how it is. Yeah, that's how it is there. Yeah, there's Michael Manno. Yeah, good old Scott Wells. God rest his soul.
I love that he has a blender to make his own cocktails.
I was wondering about that. Like if he stops short. Yeah, he stops short. He's bored.
Yeah, he was the Donald Trump of Schuster College. That's the way it was. We're ultra rich.
Look at the cell phone. Wow.
Yeah. Nice cell phone, huh?
Wow.
One of those old bricks.
What was Michael Manno like?
Cordless phone. If you really look at it, you look at stuff. It's really the cordless phone.
What was Michael Manno like, Jr. here?
His trailer was right next to mine. Like the trailers, it was Michael Landon. My trailer was in the middle, and then Jim Hampton, who's on here. You can see he's the coach. Well, you've seen him in F Troop. There he is, right there.
Teen Wolf.
He's been in a million things. I've seen him in a million things, and we all go outside and shoot the breeze, and yeah.
Yeah, he passed away recently.
I remember this. So anyway, Jim Hampton. That's Jim Hampton. Yeah, he was pretty cool, and so was Michael Landon Jr. He really nice guy. Really nice guy. They're really nice guys. I don't know where Scott Wells was at that time. I guess he's, I don't know, whatever. He was on hiatus someplace. But, oh, yeah. I know it's coming up after this. I'm trying to hold back the... I remember now. So, gentlemen, just feel free to make comments or ask away. I will answer any question that you have.
Didn't you have a funny, story with the fans here, at this high school where you guys shot?
Oh, well, yeah. Well, yeah, I now remember. Well, like the way they made the audience, because in high school you have study hall or whatever. Well, they let all the people, so we had background, so we had fans. They would keep changing who's ever like the period in school. They would let the high schoolers, So I had this girl coming up that had her books, and she has written all over. She wanted to write. She has, "I want to have Leo's baby," written on her books. I'm like, oh my God! I said, this isn't good. This isn't good.
Had the show even aired at that point? Had the show even started airing at that point?
Yes.
There it is.
There we go. Hey, look, it's the cabin in a bikini.
So whose idea was this? Was it
wardrobe? I don't know. Make Leo crazy, whatever. Yeah.
Tell you what, Ned Beatty never had to wear stuff like that.
That was the shot, as they say. they say in porn, that's the money shot right there.
I love that. I love that little sailor's hat also on top of it.
Yeah, that was their idea. I said to look
part of the outfit.
Like Dick Cavett. When I just caught Lex Luthor, what were you looking at? Hope you're not winking at me, buddy.
What was it like working with John?
John was nice from what I remember. John was sort of real serious all the time. He was sort of standoffish a little bit, I always used to try to talk to him, he was fine. He was okay. Mm-hmm. He was sort of mediocre.
Mm.
Well, Colin Chilvers directed this episode. So what was it like with working with Colin on this?
Colin, I don't even remember him. He sure wasn't David Nutter.
Mm-hmm.
David Nutter, I think, did Luthor Unleashed, but not this one.
And let me think. And I remember, Razor Baidi did Jewel Technical. Colin Cheevers. I don't remember him.
Okay.
Actually.
Fair enough. I suppose there was a lot of directors coming through the show at that point.
Yeah, every week.
Man, look at that computer. Wow.
So high tech.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
This is the 80s, brother. This is back then.
And we still have the Speedo in frame for what?
Yeah,
about 2 minutes.
Now, see, this me catering to Lex Luthor. If people of you really knew me, this is totally not my character at all.
Did your parents see this episode or?
Oh yeah. This is what my father used to say. God rest his soul. He used to see me on TV, and I don't know if you guys remember an old film called Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, with that platform in mind, or that thought in mind, my father used to watch TV and say, "It looks like my son. It sounds like my son. His mannerisms are like my son, but it's not my son." That's what he used to say. Oh, here we go. Now, this is UCF. Mm-hmm. There was 1,000 people behind the camera because everybody knew it. That fountain, okay, this was already that fountain right there's only about a foot deep, and there was all slime on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
All green slime. Now, we only had 2 outfits. and we had overcast coming, and there's only 2 outfits. They said, you got to get it right, because once you go in the water with one, it has to dry to do another take with the other one. But we did this in 1 take.
Wow.
And everybody, now it's dead silent, and there's Lex Luthor. Now, he had to loop this, but I sort of got the idea to make it like the Keystone Cops. Okay, there you go. I'm going in the water. It was my idea to slide around to make it look, like cartoonish.
Mm-hmm.
So,
is it freezing? Or
no, it was warm. It was warm. It was warm. No, I could have swam in it all day, but what,
Apart from the green slime.
Yeah, from the green slime, I would slip. See, there you go. I did it on purpose. It would slip down to make it look, to draw out the scene. And it was really weird. As we got out of the water, when he said cut, boom, there's 1,000 people clapping. Because we were able to do it in 1 take. So we didn't have to change,
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things people don't know. There's like over 1,000 people in the background there. See, in a way, doing Superboy and doing commercials, it has ruined me for life watching TV, because I know how it's done. Yeah. I know how everything's, people don't see, like if you see shows with a car that pulls up in front of the camera, you can see the lights in the background. That's why if you notice, you're going to notice from now on, like a car, especially like from Twilight Zone, like in the 50s, they used to put like wax on the car to dull it, so it doesn't show the lights so much, because you could see the reflection of the crew in the car. Little things like that. So
that's interesting.
Well, I know in one episode that you could actually see the camera in the Schuster van window as the van speeding away. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. If you really watch, if you know the way TV's done or a film, you can catch little things. They always say, or they used to have that show on, you can see the things that in the background that people don't see.
Mm-hmm.
Watch it 1,000 times, you know.
Oh, there's the boom mic. Oh, this is fun. Why didn't they have you driving? Why is Lex driving? What the hell?
I don't know. I just was along for the ride, like, okay, here we go. The outfits were like, I'd laugh my butt off.
Did you pick your own outfits, or did somebody on the production team pick it for you?
Lady that this is what you're going to wear. When it got super ridiculous, I say, hey, do I have to wear that? Come on. And then when they got the idea, they got the Speedo, and they said, oh, let's put this captain's hat on you.
They make a zebra print also.
Yeah, well, I thought when Orson Ochoa, that was a DP, when he said after the shot, he goes, Mike, I put a shot on there for the women. I go, what are you talking about? He goes, oh, you'll see. And that's when you see me sit down in the chair. He called it the pea shot. I was like, oh my God.
Lex with the microphone, or the blow. What is it? The megaphone.
Bullhorn.
Yeah,
megaphone. Yeah.
You hear all these stories about extras, kind of being trying to make their being standing out and kind of being annoying in the background and stuff like that. Do you have any experience with negative things with any extras back then, or
extras trying to get their 5 seconds of fame?
Mm-hmm.
Curly Neal. Oh, I remember him, Curly from the Harlem Globetrotters. No, not that I saw. I mean, maybe in other shots, the people around us were, I just, if you see where I'm sitting, I used to say, put pretty girls around this, please. But this is all kids that all went to the school that they're all on. To fill it. That's why if you look in the same scene at different times, the whole background changes because they had to go back to class, and then the new shipment comes in. You don't really notice it. It was either that or paper cutouts or blow up dolls, one of the two. So.
And were those cheerleaders part of the school, or
those actually, believe it or not, were the real cheerleaders for that school.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But they were really excited to show off showing off their routine a little bit.
Yeah, well, I guess they got their yeah.
Yeah, Moose is really not. He's really selling it that he's trying to throw the game. Come on.
Yeah.
Who throws a pass like that? I mean, come on. It's ridiculous.
Well, I guess they had overemphasized. Well, I guess if he ever got to the point of being a professional athlete, then he'd know how to really throw the game.
Right.
This is when I started in high school. You think you could throw this game? Oh, yeah, I used to throw it in high school, then in college, and I'm really good at it now because I'm a pro. Well.
Oh, there's Jim Calvert. He's got to get the picture.
Calvert. TJ. He was a really nice guy. Yeah. Well, I think I told you in the previous podcast that when the show aired, when they put it on Jimmy Calvert's birthday, the first show actually aired on my birthday, October 8th, 1988. That was the best birthday of my entire life. Was that night? It was. Yeah, it was. And his was 2 days before they got us a cake with our names on it. Oh, yeah, everybody sang happy birthday. Oh, yeah. It was, yeah. I wish back then I had a cell phone would had video. There would have been pictures, but this 1988, you know.
Just think how much like behind the scenes we would have seen if they did have video phones back then. Like, I would love to see some of that stuff.
Oh yeah, man. If I was on that set, people would have been on that sending me emails. I'm blackmailing you.
Michael Manno takes over Instagram. Yeah, we'd have Instagram takeovers on the Superboy set.
You think they tweet about Trump? I would have been neck and neck with Trump, especially with Superboy.
How about Scott Wells? What was it like with working with him, Mr. Lex Luthor, that first season?
Scott, like I said, God rest his soul. He was a character.
Mm-hmm.
He was more Lex Luthor off camera than on camera.
So he was very method.
Whatever method that was, I have no idea.
I don't know that.
I don't know what it was. You know, it wasn't Herbert Berghoff, that's for sure. But I think like he was like a character. Like I from what I heard, you know, they said they were having some problems with him, whatever, with the, you know, like behind, like getting him to do stuff. You know, like he always had to do looping. I mean, the sound guy loved me. I'm from New Jersey. I have a big mouth, Sicilian and Irish. You're going to hear me. No problem.
That's okay? Right. That's right.
So Scott Wells, plus being theater trained, but Scott Wells, he always had to go back. Like you saw the scene, like at the fountain, that he had to loop all that. If you watched the episode, he had to loop that, and.
It is strange how softly spoken he is in his performances, Lex. Yeah, like even when he's trying to shout, he's still softly shouting.
Yeah, but you used to tell him. They used to say to him that you know what's with you or whatever. And then there was problems going back and forth. So then I remember he was messing up, and David Nutter, the director, was having. I said, David, can I talk to him, please? He says, what do you think you can change it? I took him outside the studio. I grabbed him and said, listen, I'm going to tell you something. You might have done one Gloria Estefan video or whatever. I said, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. I said, if you don't get in there and do this right, you and I are going to have a problem. That's exactly what I told him. And then when he was okay, and David said, what did you say to him? I said, it's a secret. That's what I told David. I said, don't worry, it's handled. And, I like sometimes, like, you know, like when we were doing, because you have blocking, you know, I used to push him on the mark. Like they said, you know, wait 3 beats or whatever, 1, 2, 3, boom, I push him on. Like he was very much a different. He was, if I would say it, being from New Jersey, he was very California. Let's put it that way. Okay.
I just think it's funny that Superboy's flying in between all the players as they're trying to move on the court.
That must have been insane wire work. I mean,
yeah, it was. They had the whole boom up to watch them play, and being up in the stand watching how they're maneuvering the wires, you know, like going back and forth, and you know, I mean,
it's also. Yeah. Look, do you guys have a camera crane or something like that? Because it looked like at one point they were like really high up.
Yeah, they like when they did the scenes like you see where like we're delivering our dialogue, they had to set the camera right in front of like the bleachers. Then I guess this is all in the editing. Then they would shoot him, you know, going flying back and forth. I always look to try to see if you can see the wires, but really you can't. And then, God, look at that hairstyle. Can't believe the old mom. Holy cow.
Classic 80s.
Oh, yeah.
The vests.
The jeans vest.
Well, that was my outfit because I want to look cool. I said, yeah, well, back then that's what you wear. So let me wear that because they had something to wear that. So, oh, the pictures of him smoking pot. Oh, there it is.
I love that picture though because it's something that a lot of media does. If you look, he's not even got a joint. He's just miming. But that's something that a lot of TV shows do. If you look for it, when you see people smoking, it's really strange.
Well, something I found out from back from these, all the shows where they show people snorting cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that is?
Baby powder?
Nope. No, baby powder. It would affect you. It's powdered milk.
Oh.
There you go for all you fans. Now you know how it's done. It's powdered milk. So watching Miami Vice, when you're watching Scarface, it's all powdered milk. So
I gotta say, you're pretty good at having pratfalls there in this episode.
I'm sorry?
You're pretty good at falling, pratfalls, falling down.
Oh, yeah. I did falling down most of my life. But so I'm used to falling. That would be me.
I love how we started the game with just a few people in the crowd, and now look at because Superboy's there.
That's what I told you. Yeah.
Just look at it. It's just crazy.
You swear to God, it's the NBA playoffs.
Yeah. Hey, Superboy's officiating a game? Oh, we're all going. Is he playing? No.
Yep.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Did you keep the basketball?
No, I forget. Like, okay, let me see. I remember he was mad because when Superboy started coming out, I remember like the lines, like I was always sort of getting into the crowd going Superboy, Superboy, like sort of like I was sort of like that doofy bad guy that
Otis.
You can't help but like the guy's such a buffoon, whatever. He's such a buffoon. You can't thwart him for anything that he does,
This was a fun episode.
Yeah, the most fun, I guess the best was doing that fountain scene. I had a lot of fun doing that. I really honestly did. And
some of the best moments from season 1 are the comedic, like physical comedy moments. And that's a great one, that fountain scene.
Well, honestly, to tell you the truth, like I really, this is me being the Libra then to be analytical and trying to make it. Originally, what it was supposed to just go in because he falls in and I just go in and pick him up. Okay, that would sort of be, in my mind, the way I interpreted it, my motivation as the theatrical crowd calls it. It would just be in and out. I said, why not make it like to sort of like drag it out a little bit? You see what I mean? To make it funny. So that's why we did the back and forth. I kept making it so I would slip and pull him down.
Mm-hmm.
He so prolongs it, and it worked. It worked.
Yeah.
Really does.
Yeah, definitely did.
Well, that's it for the Fixer, guys. So thank you, everybody, for listening. And Michael, thank you for sitting in with us and watching this episode and commenting.